back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, and today we are reviewing From Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. That's a long fucking name, I had to look at it. It's basically a new anime that came out. The last episode came out, I think, yesterday at the time of this recording. So, yeah, it's a Saturday and it's just a Sunday. But yeah, the last episode came out, so I finished it, and I thought it was okay. I don't think it's like gonna win anime of the year or something. I do think it's kind of an anime if you kind of just want to watch something chill. They're not too hectic. They're not like too difficult to follow. It's a nice little anime to watch. A nice quick one. Are they gonna do more? I don't know. What this kind of, so let me, before I go too much further into this, let me tell you guys what the concept of the show is. So essentially it's this swordsman, master swordsman, that is basically a teacher, and he teaches students throughout the years, like to get their swordsman skills up. And what he doesn't know is a lot of the swordsmen that he teaches ultimately end up going to do like being in like the royal guards and like high up in the rankings of swordsmen in like the Kingsman town or Kingship town, whatever it's called. So when he goes there, or he gets a job offer from one of his former students, recommends him to teach the guards to improve their swordsman skills. So he goes there to do the job, and then he realizes how many of his old students are actually part of like the royal guard or whatever it is. There's also a magic ward or whatever they called it. I can't remember what they called it. He also has some students there that use magic with their swordsman skills. So essentially, then kind of what happens is he kind of just settles like into the town, and like every episode there's like new things that happen, like a little adventure. He'll go like help them capture something, or someone needs help, and then kind of as you go on, you kind of realize like they kind of like slowly feed you what the main enemy is. You don't really get to see too much of like the main enemy. You kind of just get drip fed it a little bit. I do think it's probably will, if they had to do more seasons, maybe like a season 2, they would kind of like heavy push the main threat there, because even at the end of the show you don't really like, you kind of find out a little bit more about them, but it's not kind of like, oh my god, that's the enemy. Oh, it's also still like keeps the same kind of pace where it's a very chilled like, oh okay, that's the enemy, okay. The show does kind of remind me a little bit more of like I Parry Everything. It's like the main character is very similar to it. It doesn't flow the same. I think I Parry Everything is better in just my opinion. It's just a better anime, but it's the main character is very similar. There's also another one, I think it's Marshall or Muscles. I can't remember the full name. Muscles and Magic. I butchered his name. The main characters are very similar in those, where they are kind of like they're super strong, but they don't really like to admit that they're strong, or they don't think they're as strong as what the people they're going against, which is nice. I don't think it's on the level of those two. I think those two are slightly better animes than Master Swordsman, yeah. But it's a good watch. I think it's a decent watch. I think if there's an anime that you like, if you want to watch something, you don't really have anything to watch, and you just want something that's not too difficult to follow, but it is still entertaining. Like the sword fights are really good. Like some of the spars that he does with his old students, and even some of the opponents that he fights in this thing. Even like there's a griffin thing that he fights. The fighting is good. That's why I say I think if they do a season 2 and they intensify like the enemy of the anime to like come after the more, they could do some really really cool fight scenes, because the sword fighting is really good. But yeah, it's pretty decent. If, like I said, if you're looking for something that's not too difficult to follow, and you're like busy with something and you just want to put something on to watch, but still kind of get entertained with it, then this is like the perfect anime to watch. What would I give this out of 10? I think I'd give it a 6 out of 10. That's not like I don't think it's a bad 6 out of 10. Like it's not bad to give it a 6 out of 10. Like some people will say, oh, 6 out of 10, no, that's not worth it. You're not gonna, like, good things don't always have to be 8 and 9 out of 10. You can get a good watch that is just a 6 or 7. In my opinion, this is like a 6 out of 10 anime. I do think it can improve if more seasons come out, but I think it's a good watch. I think it's a decent watch. I'd give it a 6 out of 10. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have watched it and what your favorite parts of it is, and if you do agree with me, if you think if they do get more seasons, it will probably improve. That's my opinion on it. I think it will get better as it goes on. Hopefully it does go on because it's a decent watch. But anyway, that's going to be my review, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.